How's it going, everybody? Real Diversity. We are back with another video. We are still playing Darkrai Mega Absol. This deck is doing phenomenal. Here's the deck real quick. I will give you the details as we jump into a match. All right, let's go. Also, before the match, just want to show my current rank and where we currently are on our win streak. We are 2 wins in, and as you got, wait, I don't even, you guys got to see it. Hold on. That's the rank. We're almost in the top 2,000. Been top 3,000 for like a few days now, and we probably will just sit here. I have exams this week, so I'm not really playing too much. But once those exams end and we're still in the top like two, we're my goal is definitely top 5,000 this season. But if we are still in like the 2,000, I would definitely put a push on matches this weekend. So if we are still very close, I will put a push and see how far we can get. Okay, are we going first or second here? So first, not the okay, yeah, terrible. It's just a terrible start here. May even have to concede. Don't ever really run. Playing don't run too many mirror matches. Don't know if this is a proper mirror match. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, another Froakie. What I'm gonna do here, just to keep my hand small, if this is a mirror match, I do not want to give him a great chance at grabbing a good copycat here. So gotta keep my hand small. Unfortunate. Not much we can do here anyway. Just pretty much just could have hoped we let Chingling just to avoid that. Just to avoid him getting set up. But into a mirror matchup, Chinglings aren't really sorry, I'm tripping. This is a and there is the copycat, so he did get it off. We could have played this one, but this again, I didn't want to be too wasteful on these Rocky helmets, and then we need them later, so just could not just be that wasteful. But unfortunate that he was able to get 4 cards off of us here. He does go into Mega Absol, throws both giant capes here. I think this just may end up being a concede here because of just how bad of a start we got. Oh, well, actually, here's a big game changer here. So, unfortunate that we have to give up a Froakie this early. And we lose our Cyrus, but we have a second Cyrus, so we do have a chance here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use this um in case he plays something like Mars red card. Unlikely he does, but in case he does, we want to go ahead and have those cards ready. Unfortunately, we do have a Cyrus. We lose our one Cyrus here, but we put so much pressure on him after this turn that I don't think he will. Oh, there's the Ndidi. So that's interesting. That's going to keep him survivable here. And unfortunately, like I said, we lose Cyrus here. And our hand's pretty bad because we have an extra Greninja that we just don't need. So just not the best hand, not the best start. But a lot of times when you go like and lead into this, it is manageable because you tack second into their Mega or whatever. So a lot of times this is a manageable situation here. And there's unfortunate. Can he survive 2 of these? Rocky Helmet, even with Ndidi, he's gonna be at let me do some quick math. 160. If he attacks us, he's in range for knockout. So I don't think he will attack, which is perfect for us. If he does, we just lost our second Cyrus. If my math isn't right here, so he has to attack again, even with Ndidi. Oh, and he has a Cyrus too, so almost the exact same situation. I think he has to retreat here. If he attacks, even after a heal, he's threatened. But let's see, does he notice or not? He may get, and if he can survive another turn, so he may. Interesting. So we do lose our Cyrus here, but we do so much damage here that we do so much damage on him that I think if we can get a rare candy here too, we also win. Or Darkrai, rare candy, whatever. There's so many win conditions right now. Unfortunate. All right, we just have to attack into this. Oh, actually, and then I didn't even do the math there, but he just wins here with the Ndidi Hill. So I didn't even do the math there. I just thought he can attack back, but very unfortunate we got in that situation. We lost both Cyruses early. This one of those matches I probably should just concede early. You play long enough, you can, and this is how you stay in a high rank. You just don't waste time. Do not waste too much time on matches that just are not favorable because this, I will say, this deck is a good stall deck. This deck will stay in the match for like 10 minutes, even at the worst possible start. But when that happens, you're just trying to play catch up the entire match. So it is very much just unlikely and not worth all the effort. So I would just suggest, if you end up in an unfavorable situation, that you just get up out of there. All right, so good. He only plays one. We can copycat his 4 card hand. A lot of times against a deck like this, I don't want to use. I don't necessarily like to use copycat early, to be honest. But what I will say is, because this deck can get like 6 cards pretty easily, with Chingling pressure in it. So and here's pretty much the perfect start you want into this deck. Okay, good. Couldn't ask for anything better here. And then I like to do this first just so he doesn't know what I'm playing here. Unfortunate that we end up with 2. I would have rather ended up with something else. We can't play both Brokies here. It'd be pretty pointless to do that. But we do have a very strong start here. So this is a match almost guaranteed to win, unless the only exception here is if he gets into okay, good. Still very big hand. This is how we end up beating these decks so quick too. And I'm not going. We need to get a second attacker going. I would have loved to have just played Froakie, our second Froakie here, but we gotta get into we gotta throw energy on something that can attack. That's really important here. So we should be guaranteed to see. Hopefully, nope. Actually, not guaranteed to see anything relevant. That's challenging. So I would have, if I had known that, I would have just kept the hand I had and just played into I would just kept the hand I had and just um played into getting a second Greninja set up here. So this is gonna be a struggle here. Plus don't forget he's gonna have Indeedee somewhere in the back. Only reason this is a struggle, but this is probably the play we was gonna make anyway. So long as we see something next turn, and really not just anything, we really need to see specifically Mega Absol. Mega Absol is the card we really need to see, because it's gonna take us way too long to set up with Darkrai. So I think we really want to see Mega Absol. And this also isn't that bad of a start too, because we can go ahead and thin out our bench. So once we do start attacking, he can't retaliate too hard into us. So so not that bad. And also, okay, let's see. We gotta see something good here, or we just probably have to concede. Honestly, there it is. There's the Mega Absol. We're gonna go ahead and play you. And now my thoughts are: do I go ahead and play Rocky Helmet? Does that set us up for a knockout next turn? Does a Rocky Helmet set us up for a knockout? Wait, let me just go ahead and do this so I can get my math right. If he has Indeedee, that sucks. 100, yeah. So Rocky Helmet does do it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and play it. Because again, I think this is smarter. I guess had no reason not to just go ahead and play Darkrai, but I want to wait till Mega Absol is fully, before I'm get any benefits from this Darkrai. It wouldn't make sense for him to copycat us. So we're good here. What he may do though, if he has Irida, that would be frustrating. Okay, good. So this is pretty much an L for him. Oh, he doesn't even take the time to attack. Now that was actually pretty smart. There, but, and we're not gonna, because if he gets anything set up here, we're in trouble. And indeed, let me think about this real quick. All right, first of all, so while I'm thinking, let me go ahead and do these things, because I know sometimes I end up taking way too long. Chingling into, he comes out swinging for what? He can heal here. I'm trying to think what can all go bad for me here next turn. Yeah, let me just stick to the plan. I know he has like two Pokeballs, but I think this is the smarter play. He's already wasted so much energy. I think this is a bait. I think a bait just to get something, get everything going here. Gets another research. He's definitely getting. I think his hand's too big now to even. He has gonna have to get rid of some cards next turn. All right, there's something. There's another something. What do you throw energy on? That's what I care about here. Wait, how did he get so much health? Oh no, we never. He never. Okay, and he didn't heal either. So he is in a do or die situation. No other Froakie here. We're good because all we have to do is pretty much just Cyrus that one and don't let. Yep. We're just gonna Cyrus him next turn and keep the match nice and short. And this should give us our second Froakie. And I'm gonna just go ahead and make this play because we have a 50-50 next turn of getting 50-50 next turn. So Mars. Wow, look at that hand. This is the power of Chingling here. He would have been so good. That's the power. You lose to this deck so easily if you don't start Chingling. If you start Chingling, it's impossible for this deck to really get ramped because their Pokeballs are getting stuck. Everything's getting stuck here. So and when again, that's all he could do. But if you think about it, now he's just in a he's liable to either just get Cyrus here or to just get really gunned down by our Froakie here. I mean Greninja, sorry. So this is why this deck is super strong um into everything. So he yep, see now he has everything, but it's too late. And this is the thing when you go against this deck, it's gonna be a long stall. This is not a quick, easy win deck. It won't even waste time here. Well, could we gun you down completely if we use every tool? Greninja. Let me just do this so he just quits, concedes. Yep. All right, good deal. This deck again, super strong into Suicune, and the reason is I'm playing this deck right now. It beats Suicune if you lead Chingling in the active, whether you go turn really if you go turn one is better. Like for what you might think, why? Because if they get Pokeballs early, they can never just sit up. So a lot of times like that, you saw they had two Pokeballs just sitting in their hand the entire time. And the reason we benefit, that was like exhibit A batch. And let me break that down more because this is what I try to explain at the beginning of videos, but I'll just use this match. Is when you start the match and you lead Chingling, they hand keeps growing. They have like two Pokeballs that they have to just hold on to. Most likely two rare candies because again they're just holding on to cards. So they keep building up this hand, then you just copycat it. So now you have 6, 7 cards. You set up everything. So once like you just get to this, you get everything set up and they cannot do anything but watch you get set up. And by the turn they finally knock out both your Chinglings, you're already ready to roll. You're ready to start hitting and one-shotting everything. So the only way they can come back, as long as you can keep their Greninja from showing up, then they just have no way of winning. Because you can one-shot just about you can one-shot their Suicunes pretty easily. And even then, as long as their hand is, their bench is small too, their Suicune isn't even that big of a threat. Because again, Suicune we're able to one shot it. Once we're fully set up, Suicune's one shot it. Or if not, Rocky Helmet into a Greninja Ping into a Absol or Darkrai attack. Like Darkrai Ping, we one shot Suicune most of the time. And if they do play Indeedee to try to preserve their Suicune, that's a bad play because then Indeedee becomes a win condition for us. Because Indeedee, all it takes for us is the ping Indeedee one turn early, and then Indeedee's a knockout. So very, very easy to beat that deck no matter what they do, unless they get set up way before you can stop them. So normally if they go first is actually advantageous. But again, if you go second into Chingling, they still cannot evolve into Greninja, but they can potentially get set up. But once they get set up, if you get a favorable start like Chingling into like go ahead and just get Darkrai going, that is going to be very tough on them. So yeah. Anyways, on to the next. And also in that previous match as well, they had literally the best start they could have, which was starting Suicune. And if you sometimes they start Greninja or Froakie, I mean, and Froakie has to retreat, because you cannot sit there with a Froakie and any against any not a good favorable start here. Where do we go into? If they leave Mega Ulterior, that's gonna suck. If this is if they lead Ulterior, that's gonna kind of suck if they can put us to sleep here and keep us here. Let's see what they lead though. Swablu, yep, not a. I don't know what this deck is. I played this earlier and I keep beating it, but what is this new Swablu deck that people are playing that runs Froakie? What is this? It's not a. It is not a good deck. I don't know why people are running this. I don't think I want to play Darkrai, honestly. There is the Chingling. Okay, good. I was gonna say at worst. Let me do this. I don't want him to copycat my hand either. All right, I'm gonna take the risk here because I want to preserve my Rocky helmet, and obviously I don't want to play Darkrai just yet. But so he again going first was favorable there. If we could have gotten to Chingling, when you get that, it's just not great to see. Okay, so one thing he can do very easily is just keep a very strong setup. Do not have copycat, and of course he gets copycat. Of course, so now this is very rough on us because now he is most likely going to get into Mega Ulterior really quickly, and that puts a lot of pressure on us. What we really need him here to do is waste another turn. Okay, good. We did wake up, so that was our one saving grace. Maybe I should have waited, but because I may need to go into a second Chingling. If he can get into Mega Ulterior this turn, we're not in a favorable position. If he doesn't get into Mega Ulterior, we're decent. If he has to take another turn to put us to sleep, we're also still just decent. If he cannot get into Mega Ulterior, we do potentially get a knockout here. If we wake up, he's most likely gonna either put us. Yeah, this deck is funny because they just have to lead with something very interesting like Mega Ulterior, and you're just in a bad spot here, honestly. Because here's why: no matter what, here Mega Ulterior attacks. We're gonna just go. Okay, good. So if he puts us to sleep here, no worries. I think I played this deck recently, and they just conceded because I woke up 3 times in a row. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It seems so unfavorable recently for into this deck. It's kind of funny. Even though it may be smarter here to go into we can get a knockout here, and this is just too good to pass up here. So even though it may have been smarter to probably just lead Swablu, we can't pass this up. And if he comes in with Indeedee, that is just not good for him, unfortunately. And here's what here's what's so funny about this too is he's gonna be able to attack this one turn. So what he's gonna have to do here, interesting though, but I really don't want to fall asleep. A sleep here would suck, honestly. Let me see. If we get Chingling here, I'm gonna sub out. He does get a knockout there. Do we take the chance of? Is he? Does this deck run red? Is that a? All right, let me lead Darkrai. Let's see what we get. If we get Chingling here, I know exactly what we're gonna play. Froakie. Mm. Mm. I'm gonna throw the. I'm gonna attack Indeed. We're gonna sub. We're gonna grab their Froakie here. This is the smarter play because at worst here, and then we just have to stall till we get enough energy to attack. All right, and then. So what he's gonna have to do. I don't know if this deck runs X speed or not actually, which is funny. I don't know if they run XP. What he's gonna have to do here is either waste the energy to sub into Ndidi, which is fine. Ndidi still loses if he comes in and attacks. He doesn't knock us here. This is interesting too. I was more worried about Swablu putting me to sleep than anything. So he had a Pokeball. I'd imagine he has some rare candies built up too. Copycat next turn would be great, but all at the same time, yeah, Copycat would be great. I imagine he goes into Froakie here. I don't know what. I get how much. Yeah. Oh, getting any ping actually on Dark right here is lethal. Actually, unfortunate. Shoot. Now we need the Cyrus play. Interesting. I'll say maybe he retreats into Ndidi to double up. No matter what, though, we have an extra turn with Dark right here. I don't think this deck game runs XP, so Cyrus, this Ndidi, we win. So if we get Cyrus here, we win. Copycat. Gotta play it over research. Unfortunate. I think though we're good because you're lucky. This deck should not be running XP is all I know. Anyone a threat here to us? Next turn. Mega Altair comes in and we lose. I can't throw energy on does Ndidi kill us here? How much is Ndidi doing? 90, right? Just 90? Yeah, that's not enough. Have we used? Oh, we did. We're losing. We're missing one rock helmet. No, maybe I should have started attacking. No, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna hit their bench because let me do this to go ahead and get rid of Chingling and end my turn here. I mean, thin out my deck. So we should see Cyrus for sure next turn, and we just end it there. I don't want to give Ndidi because I think we throw one more energy on here. Ndidi could knock us. Because he'll be doing 120, I think. He just could come in and knock us. I don't want to retreat because if I retreat into something else, then that's another turn I can't attack. So next turn, no matter what, we can attack with whoever. This is the most favorable option for us long term. And if we just pull Cyrus here, we win. Oh, you know what would suck here? Actually, if he plays, if he, I was gonna say, you know what would actually be the most unfavorable is if he makes us waste another turn, which is that's totally fine actually. I guess he didn't do the math. I'm gonna just do this, any energy on I don't think this deck would run double Cyrus. That would be crazy. The question here is to avoid any unexpected play, do we just go ahead and run if because he's gonna if he subs out into Mega Ulterior. 40 Mega Ulterior doesn't survive. I think this is the most favorable outcome. I don't want to do this play, but I think this is the most favorable outcome to get a dub here. And I think 40. Actually, I shouldn't have hit you. He can double heal up on that, which is fine. This may seem irrational, but just because I don't know what he can play, I had to make this. I had to make this play here. So he's gonna heal all the way up. That's fine. What he's gonna have to do here, or he could, I guess, just. Oh, actually, that would suck. Actually, no, he can't. He can't. So he could just go into Greninja. That would be unfavorable. Actually, I shouldn't have saved that because if he just go, okay, let's see if he's smart here. If he goes, oh, and he just gets a knockout here with that. Oh, good, 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 good. He's setting us up. Oh my gosh, what do you do here? If he goes into Greninja, oh good. All right, good. $130. Actually, that was a big mistake. Now that I look at everything here, why did I do that? Okay, 60, 60, 60. 60, he heals 40. He's back at 170. I think we lost, unfortunately. We made a big misplay. I should have kept Cyrus. I'm thinking the worst he could do is go back into Mega Ulterior here. What I was afraid of is like a Cyrus play. I should have saved. I should have saved that. I think the Rocky helmet would have saved us. Maybe no, I don't even think so. Let me to ease my mind here. Let me just attack here to see what he Let me see what he had in his hand here. Big misplay by me. I should have saved Cyrus. What I was worried about was getting Cyrus again, even though he wasted a Cyrus early. Now let me see. He had nothing. Crazy. Crazy there. We thought way too hard. We had thought and this is knowing your deck profile. We thought way too hard and we literally just shot ourselves in the foot there. We overthought that. Easy way to lose a match. Overthink it. See what we should have did when he wasted his Cyrus early. That was his death sentence. But I should have known, like, okay, this deck definitely runs Cyrus. But when you run double Greninja, what I was worried about was a double Cyrus. And what I thought was, okay, the worst thing he could do here is sub into the worst thing he can do here is sub into Greninja there. But the worst thing he could have did was just tank all of our ping damage. That's what I didn't think about. He just tanked all of our damage. So very unfortunate. But it is what it is. Yeah, overthinking it. I had the win there. All I had to do was just sit tight, and I should have just saved that Cyrus. I should just sat tight, save my Cyrus, and then I could have won it. Oh my gosh, guys. Sorry about that. Oh, he chingling this. Oh, I should have retreated there. It's fine though. He just pings, evens out. It's fine. He gets a knockout. Actually, I should have probably tried to prevent the knockout here. Interesting. Gotta get rid of his chingling here. What I should have maybe shouldn't have. I should have probably let Mega Absol take that 10 damage because he can easily. Oh, never mind. Let me see. What he could easily do is Cyrus us. Okay, his Rare Candy and Chingling in his hand. He could Cyrus. We just took one of them, but he could have Cyrus this and just got a knockout on it easily. But it doesn't. In this deck again, losing both Chinglings mean nothing because Greninja's at a high enough HP that usually most decks aren't running Sabrina no more. So and he has to think really hard here. What do you do? Okay, goes into Froakie, so good deal. He does have a rare candy. He could luck up and get his Greninja. That would be unfavorable. Okay, he just gets the one card that actually benefits him the most here. Professor, or I guess a copycat would have helped him out here too. So he stays the course here. Okay, we live. I mean, we're good, but what he should have did was probably stalled a little bit longer. Okay, exactly what I wanted to see. I'm not gonna copycat because of that. I'm kind of skeptical to keep my hand big here, but we're gonna discard something here, and I think it would be really great to go ahead and start setting up Darkrai if we could. There it is, perfect. All right, almost the perfect setup there on that. Means that his Darkrai has little chance. Also, Rocky Helmet here would have been wonderful, but his Darkrai has little chance to come in and, he's gonna get just knocked next turn, no matter what I think. Right? Double. Actually, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. We need a Rocky Helmet to confirm that. But let's see. Let's see if we can go ahead and knock out a second Cyrus here, or we're definitely in trouble. Okay, good. Oof. Oof. I think we take his copycat. He's already lost two cards. We just have to Cyrus his Chingling and he loses. This deck definitely doesn't run Mars or anything either. So this is just game here. I don't know what he could have done with a copycat, but I just didn't want him to get a big hand off of us. Cyrus, yeah, I mean, it's sure. I mean, that's what I thought of earlier, but at the same time, that's okay. You just like, yeah, that was like probably the worst play he could have made here. Because now as we do, and maybe he was just testing the water. But the worst thing that happens here now is like he can't attack us. So I guess I could attack with Mega Absol to make it. But we went off that. Just getting three early knockouts there. A lot of times, once he played Mega Absol, he probably should have. He should have. Well, I don't know. I think he still played. He played that right. But that goes again to, not always just going second when you those mirror matches, because a lot of times I went second and then I started attacking early and then like, so say I would have knocked out his Chingling. The issue there was he got Mega Absol just a turn late, but had he got Mega Absol early, and maybe he did, he made a big misplay throwing energy onto his to his Darkrai. He should have started trying to attack with Mega Absol as soon as possible to counter our Mega Absol, and that would have pretty much put us in a bind there. So lucky for us, he misplayed pretty bad and lost two pieces early. So and then played his Chingling, which probably again in those mirror matches you gotta realize that Chingling, if I'm gonna lose two pieces here, if I'm sacrificing a piece, you cannot like throw a Chingling out there. Again, and most people don't really think about that. They're just like, okay, I want to keep my hand small, maybe. But in that situation, yeah, he just couldn't risk really playing anything else, or it becomes a liability just like that. And maybe actually, and I misplayed, but I knew the hand I had, and I knew he couldn't do nothing. But I also kind of just misplayed pretty big there as well, because what I should have did was let Darkrai. I should have let Darkrai take that hit because he was out of he had no more he had no more Cyruses, so whoever took that hit would have been A-okay, right? So, indeedy, huh? Let me get Dark right down. Do we just go for the? I mean, we already have two a rare candy. We could just look up into it. This one was. Let me just get rid of you early. Unfortunate. Hopefully, we draw into our research again. That's all I can say. I think this is a smarter play. And into a Suicune deck, it's tough to say. It's tough to say. Maybe should have stuck. Also, these decks run. No, if this is a Suicune deck, they don't run Copycat. Again, I need to start memorizing these deck profiles because it is not wise for me some games to hold my hand or dump my hand if I don't need to. So I need to make sure I'm very aware of the lineups here. Okay, luckily he led an DD here, so no issues here. Only issue I have at least was going first. So oh good. Okay, so we did just this. Hindsight was the better play. Let me also copycat again on like normally like into this deck you want to save your copycats. Okay, good. What I really needed to see was Chingling though, because I didn't want to. I really don't want him to be able to get into um his Greninja just yet. And what we'll do is just ping it from here. And also next turn, what he may do, he may sub into it. That might not be the smartest play, but what he could do is sub into it and heal it up. But if he doesn't, then we can just draw it out next turn. Yeah, I think he's gonna heal into it to heal it up. But again, now this indeed has damage on it, which makes that wonderful. We're gonna ping this next turn too. So anytime we Cyrus it, oh, that's unfortunate that we didn't have. Oh yeah, never mind. If we get this combo, he's done. Let me see it. There it is. All right, good deal. He's up out of here. That's insane. Yeah, I was gonna say he's probably gonna concede now. Cause now he's just stuck for at least another turn and then can't even get into yeah, crazy. Lucky play there, lucky boss. Yeah, all right, that's all I guess I'll give show for today. Try to cut these videos. I can usually play these like sometimes if you go check out my older videos, I'll end up going like an hour, 2 hours, like so not 2 hours, but sometimes I've definitely went 90 minutes and stuff pretty easily when the match is just going. But again, I don't want my videos to be too long and just break them apart because I do try to drop one of these every day. So, but if you guys did enjoy any of this, enjoyed the commentary, enjoyed the gameplay, anything, leave a comment, leave a like, and definitely if you've been here more than once, go ahead and just subscribe because we're trying to grow the channel and I appreciate the support. And as well, to wrap up, anything thoughts on this deck? It is performing really well. You do have to like most decks. What I've learned about this deck is I've a lot of times used almost all of my time, almost every turn. I feel bad for my opponents because sometimes I have to just sit there and think. And because you can win so many matches by just taking that extra second to make sure you think of everything that could go wrong. And but again, or you could be like me and end up losing a match that you should have won because you overthought it. But so yes. But there must be some new Megas Terrier deck where that runs that Greninja. I don't know what it is. I guess they thought because it works for the Darkrai, it must work for them. But the issue with that, and I guess maybe is to help fix the numbers when it comes to the ping damage with the when it comes to Suicune decks and that type of thing. But the issue with that deck necessarily is the fact that and maybe that's just the best way to counter Suicune. But the issue with that new Mega Altair deck is that with this deck we're running two basic EXs. So with Mega Altair, that's two extra cards that you cannot use. So that deck can't run things like it can't run. It's really pretty much just missing two extra trainer cards, and just makes your deck less consistent because now you have to essentially draw into your mega ulterior. And it's a good deck if you start Chingling and can stall a very long time. But other than that, that deck is not great, and I think it has too many moving pieces. So yeah, I wouldn't every time I run into it, that was like the first time we lost to it because we just misplayed. But that deck is just not that great, so I would not recommend playing it. Every time I run into it, it just doesn't seem to get set up properly. But I would imagine if I just get unlucky and lead Darkrai or something like that where they can set up, yeah, it'd be pretty scary. But anyways, that's all I got. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe. Peace.